Hey everybody, this is Sabrina and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to share this December daily project with you. It is such a cool project once you get all these pieces together digitally, and it is a way to document the season, whether it is December, a month, or the actual season like fall or winter. Because I am using the Senses Ali Edwards Stories Kit, and I will use some digital tricks to make these story cards that are in the digital kit and extend them all the way down the page. And that way I can add in some photos, which I will do in the next video. This is going to be part 1, and then I'll do part 2. So let's see if I can try to explain this without having to go into all the technical or computer type of video. I suppose I could have and should have done a computer video, but I take the story card and I stretch it all the way down to the bottom of the page. Then I copy and paste the title, Hearing or Seeing and Smelling, onto the new stretched out card. And that is basically the foundation of all of these cards, is just stretching and then copying and pasting a new title on that stretched out card. And once I've done that and I go and print all the pieces, I will have a fantastic way to showcase the different senses. Mind you, I do have to change the colors, and I did change the colors on here for December daily colors, which I super love. And I will have a flip up portion for each of the senses, since I wind up picking a ton of photos. Right now I'm in the process of cutting the photos for the second video. I mean, you guys, I went through December and I have 150 photos. It's ridiculous. But there's so many great options for hearing and seeing and smelling and touching and tasting, and I'm excited to get all the photos ready and all the journaling ready and show you guys in the next video. So as you can see, I take the top portion with the white and I use my bone folder to crease it. That way it can flip up, and on the back of this white I will add a solid color. So like for hearing, it'll be a solid green color, and underneath that will be another stretched out story card with the white, and there's no title on the top. So, because I don't really need the title, I only need the title in one piece. So in total, there is 3 story cards that have been stretched out, so that way they fit all the way to the bottom of this 7-inch by 8.25-inch page protector. And once you have all the pieces out, you will wind up with 3 on one side and 2 on the other side. I love having a title vertically going down, so I will have that in just a little bit. As you can see, I have put all the pieces together, or at least I am trying to put all the pieces together. I think I messed up on one of the green ones and it got a little wrinkled, but I'm going to go ahead and use it because if you've been around here for a while, you know that I don't like to really waste paper, and I love just using any and all paper, so that way it's like wallpaper. If you peel it back a couple layers, you might find something fun. So I just use any and all paper at all times. When I can, I'll recycle paper. I am putting together Seeing. So when I go through my photos, I will look for different seeing things. And sometimes for some of these, like touching, you have to kind of think outside the box. Like, yes, you're not actually touching something in the photo, but could it actually work for touching? So it stretches your thinking and kind of your way of looking at for your photos a little bit different. So I really like that aspect. It's like a treasure hunt in your photos, and it's the best. Okay, so I took the 3rd card, placed it down, and now I'm taking the hearing portion, that's the top portion, and I just placed that down. And of course it has the nice folds in it because of the bone folder. And now I can put all of these pieces together on this spread. And like I said, I'll have 3. So on the left-hand side, it's hearing, seeing, and smelling. And on the right-hand side, it is touching and tasting. It's actually supposed to be tasting and touching because I prefer it in alphabetical order, but whatever, we're just gonna go with it and it'll be all right. So this is the green one that got a little wrinkled. I think what actually happened is I tried a new trick to fix my Cameo adhesive mat, like DIY it, and I put too much tacky spray on it. So it was literally stuck to the mat, and yeah, it was hilarious. So it worked. The DIY tacky spray worked to make my mat come back to life, but I just put too much spray. So now I know for next time when I do that trick, don't put so much spray. I am finishing up with tasting, and I'm just making sure everything is nice and creased and will flip up. And generally I will stick with 3x2 photos or 2x2 photos, or maybe even a little bit smaller. I usually start with them cropped at 2x2. I'll drag them onto my canvas and then size them down a little bit smaller. At the beginning of the video, I stamped some joy with the star stamp, and now I want to go back and add a little bit more down in like the different corners and just add a little pop of color and some more stars. I just can't resist these stars. I just love them. So I'm adding some green and black stars, and so just a little mix of stars, and then I can move on to the title. And what I did for the title is I used the word from the kit, Senses, and I printed that on clear sticker paper. Senses of, I think of I just found from a different digital brush. And as you can see, Senses kind of got stuck before I was ready for it to get stuck. So it needed to be finagled, is that the word? Finagled a little bit to get it to go the way that I wanted. Then for the word December, I used one of Ali Edwards' I want to say Stories by the Month, but either way, I used sparkly red paper and I die cut it twice. I love die cutting digital stamps or even fonts twice to give a little bit of dimension. And it also helps me to avoid alphabet stickers because I do not like alphabet stickers. Every time I turn around or I try to use one of those, I wind up not having the letter that I want. So I would rather just use my Cameo or my stamps because alphabet stickers drive me bonkers. I am starting backwards with December. That way I made sure that it got to, it didn't cover up too much of Senses. I was okay with a little bit of overlap because of, remember I was saying just a little bit ago that the Senses stuck to the paper before I wanted it to. So I'm okay with a little bit of overlap. And also having that overlap will let me do a little bit of stamping right next to December and right below Senses. So it'll work out great that I have a little bit of overlap and I can add in a little bit more stamping. So joy, and then the vine star, and then a few little stars. And now that I have this all done, this is where the fun part comes, and I get to get all the photos together. And in the next video, I will show you my cutting mat with my photos and everything like that. So I'm super excited that I got this first part up for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed seeing this come together. I would love a thumbs up or a subscribe if you are new to my channel. Have a wonderful day. Bye.